Now, obviously, nothing can ever go wrong about lying about who you are. Pretending to be someone else when talking to someone. Well, that is unless you ever actually have to meet them face to face. I think it would be kind of hard to pull off a convincing lie about full body plastic surgery. It is nice to see that our little man Shinpachi is having such fun talking to a female of all things. I mean, I can't even imagine it. But even if things do go well, it's not going to be lasting all too long, because, well, it would break up the actual dynamic of the show if it did. So, I'm wondering where this can go. Shall we find out? Excuse me, are you the person that looks exactly like the one in the photo? Great of leading off with this recap in case you had completely forgotten. I feel like that wasn't the best of the recaps to regain the sense of, well, I wouldn't say tension, but I'm not sure which one of those I would be. Would I be Shinpachi gleefully singing along, or Gintoki with the "you cut that out now, I'm turning this vehicle around"? I do like how we have had many characters throughout the show that have somewhat grown, and then there are also others that they haven't, have they? Haven't had that time to shine or do anything of importance. I went to Hawaii for vacation last summer. It didn't end well. Huh? I want to see that story. Well, actually, maybe not. Now, that is intense. You know, having that kind of massive apology straight out the gate, it makes it seem even worse than it is. Back with this music. Diffusing the situation. Well done, Gintoki. Even if he was partly the culprit. He's trying to help, even if it wasn't exactly best. Is she going to explain what is actually going on behind the scenes? you know, it might actually be best if she actually got this off her chest. Hmm. Excuse me? The thing with this, though, is that the sister can easily go, I didn't write those letters. Ah. So, let's reinforce the lie with something extra extravagant. Perfect. It doesn't mean it's the right course of action. Kentucky's really not helping the poor girl with her inner turmoil here, but maybe he's not to fault. And even if it works out, what goes ahead in the future? So, yes, this is your would-be kidnapper. Is also my friend who I've been living with and working with for a long time. Do you remember him? Where did you get the chains, and what are they attached to, and why is it I'm not... Okay. I did not see this turn of events. I've known he's been... I know he's not really anything to do with this, so he doesn't give a shit in the slightest, but... there should be a limit. Why is she going along with it? What? Really? This is perfectly normal. Well, Okuta really cares about his appearance, so this one is important. Possible course of action, yes. Don't startle a cat. Gwat. He's even more dangerous than I thought. You need to defeat him now before it gets worse. Nice mustache. I think Katsura might have lost his Master of Disguise credentials. How is that good? Yeah, I think this one was out of your control, girl. So, not one that you can blame yourself with. Well, one of them seems to be having fun eating cat food there, so yeah, go after her. Okay, time skip. It's now evening. You're gonna. I was gonna say, you're gonna run him over. That was close. That came from a different direction, didn't it? Not where the sister actually came from. If Okuta has that. Gosojin. If Okuta has that ability where he can make anyone like that into a war machine, why aren't they putting him to more use at the Shinsengumi? Also, why is he acting like this is a completely usual day? Is his hand stuck in the door, or is he just not going to let go? Okay, good. Only slightly. I think this has gone completely to plan so far, hasn't it? Wow, the fact that she can run that quickly. Was there a time to actually ask what the sister was called in the letters? Issues. It's nice when you can just call entire characters issues. Why is she butting in like this? The master didn't ask. I see that they also repealed that smoking ban. Complete selflessness is not always desirable, but not willing to lend a hand when you can is worse. Potentially. Don't raise any flags. What's so shit? What's with the crowd? Ah, shit. Hopefully she just got really lost. That's why she's up there. I'm not even going to do my usual joke. That's how serious this situation is. I would say my usual joke. It's more just stolen from Futurama, but. But this is a dramatic shift. That's not a good thing. Yeah, but there's different reasonings going on. Oh, she's in that kind of state. Oh dear. Since they're all there and Shinpachi so far hasn't been, isn't anywhere on the scene, what's he gonna do to, like, dramatically sweep in and save the day? Unless this is a Gintama. It's understandable why they're trying to keep him out of the building. But at the same time, sure, you may hate yourself and whatnot, but is really this the best course of action? Really? Keeping up with that? Time and place, gentlemen. Time and place. This is a dark conversation, and yet, all right, I'm killing myself now. This is above and beyond blood type. Why doesn't the sister say anything? I don't think there's many more steps you can take closer to the edge. Brilliant. That's exactly what you want to hear. Is he that blood type as well? Crap. Yeah, even with Gintoki's speed and whatnot, there's quite a distance to cover. Can he run faster than terminal velocity? Hmm? Well, he'd be the hero again. Hopefully it isn't that kind of messed up thinking. Yeah, it did look more of a stumble, but... As much as I would feel for this girl now, she has lost almost all of my respect for her, because anyone that pulls that kind of shit is... Even if there was an element of truth behind it... Knowing people who have had these problems with both sides of its conclusion, there are a lot of people who need help and someone to talk to long before it ever comes to light. And in some cases, it can be as simple as finding someone to write letters to. Someone that you might not have any connections with. This was meant to be helping him. Wrong building, Shinpachi. But what is T? Started with a letter, ends with kind of a letter. It's... You are still hanging off the side of a building, though, so... That is quite a strong grip that Gintoki has. Who's going to pay for the replacement of the window? Well, then, well... I feel like she's the type that's actually going to need to, have the letters continue. Is she still under the apprehension of the other reason that there's so many bits of paper? Ah, she left the snack though. That's good. I'm having a hard time with this one because it's trying to handle a topic like that, but not taking the jump by making it for show. This is just to gain attention, while actually having the character having serious internalized issues. But one thing that is very commendable is that Gintoki is a master of the sword, athletic, saves the day with his actions. Shinpachi? He may not have the best stamina, strength, speed. That's why you focus on what he can do. Despite having a sheer, indispensable kindness. Straight into the dog and cat war. Although after what we saw with the the walk that we saw earlier. I did enjoy how at the end of the episode, his sister still hadn't fully worked out what was going on. But we saw that there were lots of letters, so it had been going on for a while, and they were continuing with their communication. Whether or not she'll be returning in the future? I'm not entirely sure what they can do with that storyline or those characters in the future, so we may not see them. But as long as there's a nod in the future somewhere where Shinpachi is having to post a letter or something to that extent, it would calm my nerves slightly. But that's Gintama for you, which doesn't really sugarcoat things too much, and at the very least gets you thinking of these sorts of things. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, might be the wrong word, but still, leave a like on the video, and there's more Gintama to come. You might want to take a break. If that's your intended path, then by all means. But if you want to make sure to not miss it in the future, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, but take things easy. See you in the next one. Thanks to the miracles of the internet, we don't actually have to use penmanship to write messages to each other. Of course, if you want to send me a message, you're perfectly free to do so. But if you want to go a step above, then why not help me out on Patreon and keep this channel alive? Because so far, Sal, Raywin, HTR, Deno 1997, Aishurem, Shiwan, ASD, Stinsvai, and everyone else have given me that small bit of self-confidence that I needed. And I'm not actually joking with that. So thank you.